Good morning, welcome. Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome to another pre-market and Nasdaq Playbook session. Welcome, team. Welcome, Patrick. Welcome, Maciej.
Good morning.
So, as always, guys, please send us any questions you have on the chat, and we'll go over during the session. So, there's a lot of things happening today. Obviously, market is very fragile. We had some earnings from Google yesterday. They beat it, but the stock is still negative in pro-market. And I think the biggest thing that I'm looking for today is the VIX. So if I go on our screener, here we see our highest change in JAX, and of course the VIX is at the top here. So we've seen an increase compared to the previous day of almost $100 million in gamma. So the first step is to go and take a look at the VIX here. So clearly what we can see that we are in a very, very bullish bias for the VIX by looking at the Q score, which is also inverse correlated with the market. So the fact that the VIX is bullish is not a good thing for SPX and Q and all of those indices and stocks as well. So first, let's go into our matrix. We have about 55% of option expiring on February 18. So that's going to be a very, very important event to watch in a couple of weeks, in 10 15, in 13 days. So just make sure you pay attention to big expiration in about 2 weeks. And then the next step is we're going to go over to our chart to look at where the levels are. Clearly, we are on the way to our 1-day max all the way at 22. We're sitting at about 20, almost 21 here. So I think monitoring this is going to be very, very key today. And of course, I know Patrick and Maciej, you use the VIX as well. So I'll be happy to ask for your take in a bit. But basically, the VIX is going to be very important. And then if we go back to our dashboard, let's flip it on the other side and let's look at the option chain for SPX. And clearly we see the complete opposite picture. So we are kind of like in a bearish bias coming from our option score. We are sitting in a negative gamma environment. And if we look at the option chain, we see a lot of negative gamma across the full kind of chain, especially in the shorter term maturities. A lot of negative gamma here. Put support 6,800. Core resistance is still sitting at 7,100. So we still see this big wall right there. And then, of course, if we look at our 0 DTEs, net JAX chart, we can clearly see the picture right here. So very, very important. And then if we also look at the history of the score, we can see basically how we moved down over the past few days. And obviously, the market reacted and we started seeing kind of like a downtrend move right there. So obviously you can use the Q score to understand the trend change, and also you can use it to potentially place trade ideas as well. Let me know, guys, if you have questions. No questions. I don't know if I want to switch it over to you, Maciej, for our gold and silver update. I know we have seen a lot of move on silver, so
Sure.
very interested to take your take on that. So I'll pass it on to your chart.
So one more time, gold morning, amazing drop at night on silver. We restart today with silver. Take a look, boom, voila, from near 90 till 74. If you remember yesterday's snapshot, we was showing you that around 75, 74 and 73 was sitting something interesting. Right now, before we start a pitch session, where we are exactly in this near area. Right now, what we can see on our charts, end of the day levels right now are staring above. We're coming back to the last lows. Also, Dr. Dollar not helping silver, also not helping gold. So let's check and dive from beginning what is going on. So first thing first, our CTA models. Let's jump and dive what is going on with bigger monies, what they are doing. Gold, solid, nothing changed. Silver, drop. Palladium, a little drop. Copper, a little rise. Aluminium, a little drop. So we have a mixed picture what is going on. So let's check. Also, Dr. Dollar right now is in neutral zone. Okay, connect the dots. Let's check also our charts. Boom. Excellent. We have drop. We are coming to neutral ground. We have a little pop-up. So let's check later with the economic data what will be happen. Silver also after coming to historical labels 0.05 in last 2 years we wasn't there, no way. Right now CTA is coming back near to the neutral ground, neutral zone. So let's check later what they will do with another snapshot. Right now our futures end of the day, jet contract on gold, the most traded one. Options score high, volatility also high, momentum high, and seasonality is a little positive. In our matrix, still we have gamma and delta in next 2 days, a little bit negative. Fabio, could you one more time tell us what it means where GEX and DEX is negative?
Yeah, so obviously, JAX is gamma exposure. Um, so that means that we are kind of like in a negative gamma environment, meaning that there are more options that have been sold compared to options that have been bought, and therefore market makers are hedging differently. If you guys want to learn more on this, please come to our website. We have a lot of documentation on delta hedging and positive negative gamma. But essentially, what tends to happen in negative gamma is that the market is more fragile and more volatile. So we are normally seeing more like larger price
Wait,
swings.
Fabio. That was mega interesting. So exactly what we have in our matrix, we have on our chart. What you was saying about this? High volatility,
Yep.
negative. What a drop we have. Bomba. Awesome. I hope everybody understand this lesson. This is very important how we read this. Also in our guidelines, you have step by step how you can jump and dive to this. More insights, of course, in our pro room. So right now coming back to our gamma exposure or expiration for jet contract 2026. 47 is our main strike. Right now we are sitting on 48.58. So let's map it together. We are sitting right now in tiny profile, negative gamma regime, above first main strike 49 as a plan A, A prim 5K, A bis 5100, and later 52, of course. So each time bigger strike above 100 points different from each other. Below 47, very big negative GEX bar sitting here. Take a look, still negative regime. Right now we are waiting for a data. Be careful, ladies and gents. When we are jumping to our nearest expiration, let's take a look what is going on. 48, 48.50, tiny profile, plan A, 49.50 plus minus, crossing this zone. We are coming back to more positive gamma. So another zone, 50.50, 5100. I hope this is clear. This is simple. Take a look. Call resistance, 49.50, put support, 4800. HVL, so switch button, 49.70. So exactly here where we have this yellow minus line. Remember this is important. And today also 0.6% of negative gamma expiring. Tomorrow, Friday, minus near 5% gamma expiring, still negative gamma regime is sitting. From the left side, of course, main strikes 49 plus minus zone, 48 and 47.50. Also 48.50 little support. Why? We have here also a little bar with positive gamma, so it will be also very interesting what kind of battle tomorrow we will have, but we will get also a new snapshot and we will map this together on pre-market, so no worries. For tomorrow, as a plan A, the biggest main strike, 5K round number, above 50.50, 51, 51.50. Each time $50 different between those strikes. I hope this is clear. So let's check where we are on our charts. Gold, voila. Where we are, what we can do. So first thing first, simple view what is going on using traditional price action. So let's draw our trend lines. Boom. And what we have right now, we are sitting on 1 day mean. Excellent. Above, HVL with GEX 49, round number. If we cross this, exactly 49.50. 60, what we have? Another cluster, HVL, core resistance and gamma wall. 5K, so we was showing you before, each time 50 points. What we have? Core resistance. Later, 1 day max with blind spot supporting us. What we can expect? Let's check the data and later new snapshot, because right now it will be gambling, not something amazing. So I'm not that kind of person who provide that kind of content. So from my perspective, if 1 day mean is solid and hold, awesome. If not, we know what is going on with plan A. Plan B, put support with blind spot, 48.00. Later, 2 times GEX, 47.75 as a main price, little tiny support, and later, mega cluster. Lower band from yesterday, 2 days ago, put support and blind spot 5 sitting around 47. If this not hold, lower band from 4 days ago, 46.00. Volatility regime, of course, is still big, more than 2%, as a normal move predicted for today. So let's also jump and take a look what is going on with GLD, where we are. Boom, we are below HVL 0 DTE, so we are in negative gamma regime. Below us as a plan B, of course, support 1 day mean with GEX and blind spot for 40, below 432, lower bands 2 times with blind spot, later lower band and HVL. As a plan B, this should be sitting in our mind. As a plan A, after coming back to positive gamma regime, first target, of course, later core resistance with gamma wall with put support, blind spot supporting this magnetic zone for 60. Also, we will coming back and cover the gap. Sounds good. Later, 1 day max, blind spots, gags, lower bands, risk triggers, sitting above 40.70, 40.75, and 480. I hope this is clear. So let's also check silver. What we have in our chain. Boom, voila. 120, the biggest strike. Later 110, another one, 100, round level. Below 80. So right now, from bigger picture, where we are sitting in negative gamma regime on 76, so a little bit above. So what we can do in this scenario? Let's jump and take a look what is going on other charts on silver right now. Here also we are below, so we are after extended move, 83.0 zone is a main strike right now. From tomorrow, also what we can expect, that we are sitting still in negative gamma regime, main strikes are above. The nearest expiration on the end on 10 of February, also 80, and bigger picture 24 of February, what we have, boom, voila, 75, bigger strike, later 80, below 70. So in this case, what we can do, let's honestly jump to this and map it together. 76, right now we are sitting here. Bigger support from whole chain is sitting below, above on 80, the first resistance. Do we have some questions about this?
No questions on. No.
Okay. So if you know how it looks silver, so let's also check how it looks our SLV, our GLD, and later I will pass to the Patrick. So give me a second. Boom, GLD. Of course, similar score and similar like GCJet, option scores, volatility, seasonality, and momentum. Matrix, positive. So this is interesting, but what is important, first expiration is tomorrow for this ETF. So right now we are looking to 6 February, later Monday, 9 February sitting. Positive gamma regime, positive DEX. So let's check after open what is going on. When we are diving to our volume and open interest, main strikes 475, 460 and 500. From open interest 550, 500, later 470, 460. As we can see, a lot of strikes. Later we have a gap. 420 should be sitting in our mind. SLV, silver ETF. Option neutral score 3, volatility 4, high, exactly. Seasonality is positive, but looking what is going on with rising deposits, and not only, it's a crazy right now and environment and new condition. What we have in our matrix, first and second to expiration, take a look what a negative gamma regime is sitting here also on DEX. So Friday, Monday, still negative environment on silver sitting. Be careful with this. As we can see, open strikes, our map is very clear. SLV right now near 70, sitting on the lower band from yesterday, still holding. So this strike right now is in the main hour battle, below 65 and above each time 5 points we have strike on SLV. It should be very clear and very helpful how you can map your charts today and prepare yourself. From gamma exposure right now, we are a little bit below 73, but not such a far. Later, positive gamma regime below 60, still supporting us, and what we have here exactly puts support. So right now, plan B, 3-time lower bands, first support, later put support as a second one, and as a plan A, coming back, perhaps we will have condition to cover this gap. So above put support with 1-day min, first cluster, later HVL, gamma wall, and core resistance, second cluster, above risk triggers with 1-day max, and here we building another era of cluster with 1-day max and risk triggers and lower bands. What it give us? Magnetic area. So we can say first era, second era, third era as a main battle, as a main plan for today. The nearest expiration tomorrow, minus 1.5%, main strike sitting around 73, 76. Above 80, another battleground, boom, positive gamma regime should pushing our price where to 84, 86 when we can expect some choppiness. But later with the data and intraday snapshot, you can cover much more and have better idea what is going on. So right now, Patrick, I will pass to you.
All right, let's go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What do you have today? So where's our focus? So if you're looking into the economic calendar, let's see if we really get jolts today. This is in my mind, of course, at the top of the hour. Last but not least, of course, the earnings. Amazon is one of the major one where people looking in today also. And if we're looking now into the charts, we see one change. And Fabio, I have one question for you because that we can explain this very well. It's now really interesting for the people. For some education, maybe they are new. What's the difference between lower band and upper band?
Yeah, so the lower band is the lower level that we forecast, that the model forecasts for the next 5 days, and it carries a bullish bias. The upper band is the upper level, and it carries a bearish bias. So when you see an upper band, that means that the swing model has turned bearish. When you see a lower band, that means that the swing model has turned bullish.
Okay, cool. Because if you're looking into the bigger picture, and if you follow me, you know my setup. We have the overview about the indices, about Dow, ES, Nasdaq, and Russell. And today we was getting a change in the swing trading model. So we was seeing today the first time an upper band. So that's why it was for me so important that you explain this. And if you're looking into SPX, all the days before, there was already an upper band. Of course, with lower band, it was changed already on the SPX. But today on the Nasdaq, we see the first time an upper band. So we see a little bit more a bearish shift, if this is correct, Fabio, correct?
Yeah.
And also the risk trigger is very low now. So this is the first time that we see the risk trigger on the lower side. So this is one thing where I would be focusing on today about the upper band and the risk trigger, because it's the first time after a few days that we see again an upper band. We were seeing this already, the upper band on SPX. And as you can see, when we was seeing here the upper bands, this area was holding. So this is a strong area was holding, and we have this now forming here on the Nasdaq. So this is one thing what is really interesting for me. And of course, the market is a little bit more on the dropping side. We see overall and shift in the 1-day min and also in the put support 0 DTE. So we are, of course, a little bit more bearish. And this is also really interesting if you be an Dow Jones trader. I add for you now the Dow Jones, the Diamond ETF. So we was talking about this also yesterday, about this area here. And this is becoming now from yesterday's high was 0 DTE. I will be saying this is also in place if you would be coming up, because the high was 0 DTE is now shifting to this area here. So that's your area on the Dow Jones where you have to look at the moment. Really careful with this. I'm expecting more like if we're dropping out of the box, then we have a nice setup on the Dow. If we're going up of the box, we have a nice setup on the Dow. But in this area here, so this is a no-go for me. This is a really shoppiness area. And here, where we have the boxes, this is our decisions area. Stay we in the range? Yes or no? Or did we get the breakout? If we get the breakout, 1-day max call resistance could be really possible. If we get the flush to the downside, take a closer look to yesterday's 1-day min and today's 1-day min. This could be really interesting. So this is one of my setups on the Dow Jones if I'm looking for this. But again, on the Dow Jones, if we're looking into our swing trading model, we are in the middle of nowhere. So, and this is really funny. So this is yeah, I don't really like it, but I like the setup really on the Dow. I think I will take a closer look today, because a breakout from the boxes here could be really interesting. If you're looking in our ES, because I know, guys, we have a lot of ES traders, you have also a really clear range here. Take a closer look here. The put support 0 DTE and put support 0 DTE was not changed. And take a closer look to yesterday's one-day min. This box becomes now, in my point of view, our major resistance area, because one simple rule: what was before support becomes now resistance. And take a closer look how often they give us support, and now it becomes our resistance. So let's see if the market will be open, how put support 0 DTE will be working if we get a push to the upside, if this now coming as a retest, because what we were seeing in the last 2 days, we were seeing at the opening a flush, and we see a correction, and then we flushed again. So this was first push, correction, and then we get the flush to the downside. Maybe we see something else today, but really careful with top of the hour. You have also jolts today. So this is also showing up. So that's why take a closer look at jolts at the top of the hour. If we're looking into our Nasdaq, we have a clear area where we are at the moment also now. I want to see if this area will be also now holding the one-day min and put support 0 DTE. This is where I'm expected that we may be stopping. If we're not stopping here, I have no problem with this, because we're switching down. We have here our lower band, another lower band, and the new risk trigger, what we already mapped out. If we take a closer look at the upper band, 25,322, so this will be in the area from yesterday's one-day min and one-day max from today. So this is exactly our upper band, this area here. This is also really interesting. Very careful when we coming to this area. Maybe we have here our range where we can trade today. So this is also in my mind personally. So really interesting at the moment. Dow for me, ES, I don't know. I'm not an ES trader, to be really honest. Nasdaq, I would like to see what will be happened here to develop a plan A to going long, developing a plan B to going short. If our risk trigger will be in the play today, let's figure this out when the market will be open. If we're looking into the Russell, again, Russell, it's not my baby, but one thing what I'm observing is the same picture what we have on the Dow on the lower bands and risk triggers. We are exactly in the middle of nowhere. So this is not so funny. One thing what I'm figuring out directly, put support 0 DT is shifted. So it's not coming now here. This area here becomes also the same with the ES. Now our resistance. So can we come through this? But then yes, so take care of the next box here. So we have a same setup what we have on the Dow, where we have, in my opinion, a no trading area, and we're waiting for a box breakout near one-day min, or if we breaking through this also to one-day max. But after this, really careful here on the yesterday's call resistance. Coming now to the full option chain. Here we go. Did we see something? Yes, one thing what I was figuring out on my end, I don't know if you was watching us yesterday, but this was really interesting. We was noticing the big cluster here from the gamma levels, and it's now shifted. We have only two here, and the other two is coming here. So our major area here and here on the Nasdaq. So let's see if this would be our fighting area, as we was talking a little bit before on the Nasdaq. So we have here our one-day max with the resistance here. This is, by the way, this area here. And the same picture can be coming out of the box, breaking one-day max, coming to the wall from yesterday. Did we have the same picture already in the Nasdaq? Because we're looking side by side. At the moment, we have also the cluster here where we should be looking for. And in QQQ, really careful here, we have a lot of GEX clusters. So I would be also not wondering if we flipping a little bit here and then we have also open space. But here again, very careful. I would be not taking this. On the ES, SPX, and SPY, we was talking already about this, what I'm thinking about this. It's shorts. Can the old support becoming now resistance that we will be tested? I think this would be also in the play here on SPY, SPX, and ES. 7,000 is now far away a little bit. This would be overstretched in my opinion, but the market can be the market. It can be all time really wide. So 7,000, could this be possible? Yes. But for this, guys, we have to break a huge wall, and the wall is staying here also. So to come to the 7,000, I don't know. I don't know, really. It's really depend on George. If not, this is a huge resistance from 6,940 to 6,980. 40 points, huge resistance. If we're breaking this, then we can go to 7,000. I will have no worries about this. Then let's jump into our VIX, because you was also talking about the VIX. Fabio, again, one cool stuff. Take a closer look here. Where we are now, we're coming near the area from the call resistance, and we're getting our price action here. So take a closer look today. If the market will be come back and the VIX will be dropping, if we touching call resistance, wait for your reaction here. This is the major area for me today, the call resistance and the call resistance CODTE. And last but not least, because take a closer look also at the one-day max from yesterday, how nice this was working. We're breaking one-day max, but then we came down again. If we now pull back a little bit and come back to one-day max, because this is really like over 20 in this case, what will be happen? Will we also rejecting this again? This is also what is in my mind. If we hitting one-day max, will we see also some comeback? Because if we going in to the daily or to the 4 hours, if we was coming into this area where we are now, what was happened the last few times? Rejected. Did we have now a really going through this? Because at the moment we come into this area where we was rejected. So can we really go to one-day max? I have no idea. If we go to one-day max and trend continues, I think we are a little bit more in trouble. Then, of course, call resistance can be in play, but I hope we will not see this and we stay here and we will be rejected. So this is also what I would be looking for today. SQQ, Fabio, we was talking about this yesterday in the aftermarket price action, the importance of the one-day max, because we were seeing this very often that we hitting the one-day max, also rejected. One-day max is no more so far away. And then again, can we be rejected? This is the same picture like what we have on the VIX maybe. So with this in mind, let's jump into the Magnificent 7. what we have today, we have Amazon. So let's talk about Amazon. What is going on Amazon? Let's open also our swing trading levels. Just wait a minute. Indicator is loading. Here we go. Swing trading. Oh, this is Apple. Huh. Here we go. Amazon. All right. Let's open also the swing trading levels. Where we are now on Amazon. So did we have an upper band? No. Did we have lower bands? Yes. What is this meaning again, Fabio? If we have a lower band, are we more in a bullish support or we are in a bearish support?
Bullish.
Bullish. All right. Guys, so you have here your lower bands. So this is really interesting. You have here your support, and if you're looking into the left side, this was also the support area before. And if we're breaking through this, take a closer look where the lower band is now today sitting, lower band T-1. So basically, we have this area as key area if Amazon should be dropping, where we can possibly seeing some resistance. Where we are at the moment, so we have the white lines. So this is for today's expiration. Take out the other ones. Here we go. We are now sitting at call resistance. Put support UDT is above call resistance UDT. Fabio, before the people will be asking us, what is this meaning if put support UDT is above call resistance UDT?
Yeah, so we're looking at option expiring today. So it is possible that option positioning is that way. So meaning that put support is above core resistance. Always don't look at it in technical terms. So don't think that support should be below price and resistance should be above. Just think about it in terms of option positionings and where people are placing bets, right?
And to clarify, so this is the next day expiration, yeah? So
Yeah,
this will be Friday expiration, so the UDT levels,
yeah.
of course. So yeah, we have our areas if we're getting the downside move where we should be looking for. And again, you have so nice, beautiful open space. You have only the gamma levels, GEX 1, GEX 4, GEX 2, GEX 3, but no major ones. There's no major one. So this is why if we really get momentum and we get the push, oh boy, this could be a really nice target, the 1-day max. And last but not least, we was also talking about the downside, lower band T-1. Take also now an eye on your risk trigger. Here we go. So this is here at the top. Could be possible at the earnings when we get the news out and we get the reaction that we come to the risk trigger and find also some resistance and we staying at the end here at the top and hanging around. The same if the earnings are a little bit more, how could we say, a little bit more bad and we going through 1-day min. We have here a lower band where we can expect to hanging around also to find out a direction for tomorrow. But on my end, if we getting out of put support 0DTE, there's enough space for 1-day max, but it could be possible that we see this with the earnings candle that we going through this area. This is from my side. If you have any questions, please let me know. And then we are good. Fabio, did we have any questions from the people?
Yeah, I think there's one on the VIX. Do you follow the VIX on the 30 minutes chart during the whole trading session, or do you use lower time frame?
No, it's always 30 minutes on the VIX. But thanks for showing up, JJ. We was talking about yesterday in the mentorship session. That's a good question. Yeah, 30 minutes, of course.
Yeah, let us know, guys, if you have more questions on this. I think was a great overview for today. Just a reminder, Patrick and Maciej will be trading live at 9:15. So if you want to join our pro room, I just pasted the link in the comment. So please come and join us, and you'll be able to trade live with them 5 days a week.
Amazing. All right. If we have no questions, guys, this is also fine, because we want focusing really on quality, no bullshit. We have not to add more at the moment, because let's see what the market will be giving us. Maciej, I think he was also giving a really good overview about the methods. You was looking into the dashboards, what's going on there. I was looking for you in the indices, where I'm looking for, of course, Amazon. We was talking at last but not least about this. And I think it's a good time to close the call if no questions there.
Man, thanks for that. I'm prepared for indices. I'm today haven't got so much time, and you do exactly what I need. Voila. Thanks.
Yeah,
So,
I was doing the preparation, doing the call, by the way.
sometimes we know how it is, but what we can do. Great. So,
Yeah.
guys, thank you for your time. We also respect your time. We will not bullshitting you. If we haven't got no more questions right now, stay tuned. See you later. See you tomorrow. And I'm guessing we finish. Am I wrong,
Yeah.
guys?
Thank you, guys.
Okay. So high five. Stay tuned. Be positive. Bye bye.